All right. So with this, we'll hand it off to Amanda to enlighten us, to guide us, support us, and over to you, Amanda.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev. So, hello everyone. Hello to the people online. We're just fixing our camera. Okay. So, first off, we want to apologize for starting late because Sanjeev is playing and showing off his Power app. So, we took a photo using drone that is fully controlled by Power apps. Amazing. So, can everybody see my screen online? Can you guys confirm? Yeah, can see. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. So, okay, I want to start off my presentation with this one. Low code turbocharges your development potential. So, guys, I know we are all like Power Apps champion here, Power Platform champions here, but really when Charles Lamana mentioned this one, there's a new spark of hope about Power Platform. When I speak to people about Power Platform, they typically say that, yeah, we'll use low code to kind of like use as a band-aid solution. But that is not the case now. We have seen lots and lots of success stories wherein people are using Power Platform for enterprise grade solutions, enterprise grade applications, and even automation. You can see in here that right now there's 500 million applications that is being used, but there is a 4 million developer shortfall. And people like you guys who are championing low code really helps in terms of removing the gap in the developer tech crunch. You can see no code, low code, and pro code, everybody's welcome in Power Platform. So, when we think of Power Platform, we always talk about citizen developers and all that. But now what we are seeing is that even the pro code people are actually using Power Platform. So thanks to you guys. Thank you for championing low code. We are seeing traction, we are seeing stickiness, and we will keep on doing what we are doing to keep that momentum going. You can see in here that by 2025, 70% of new applications will be developed by using low code. So we are at the forefront of changing the current scenario of application development. Just to share with the team, these are some of the patterns of demand that we actually see when we speak to our customers and to our champions globally, right? So you can see that app modernization and backlog is still the first pattern of demand. But what we are seeing pick up as well is how we actually put an agile layer in terms of expanding ERP, core system, homegrown system, and the others. You can see as well that we are also focusing on hyper automation, and departmental empowerment is something that people are adopting when they think of Power Platform. So again, with Power Platform, pro code plus low code would equate to no limits. Now 500,000 organizations are actually using Power Platform each month. You can see that 97% of Fortune 500 companies are actually on Power Platform. We have 20 million users each month and 500 plus user groups in 50 countries. So with that, I want to thank all of you guys for really evangelizing and championing Power Platform. Thank you, Sanjeev Goloknath, and everybody online as well for always putting Power Platform first. And I want to close with this statement. Let's all remember, low code is a transformation conversation and not a technology one. Thank you, everyone.
Do we have time for a couple questions to put Amanda on the spot?
For sure, we can ask questions.
Any questions from the folks online? Any questions, please? Going once. Going twice. Anyone? Okay, gone. Online is gone. So we have people here in the room. So we will open it up to the floor. Ladies, kids, any questions? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. If your dad was not here, I'm sure you would ask like a ton of questions, right? How about you folks? Any questions, Mr. Gan, Mr. Michael? While you're thinking about it, I have one. So that 20 million users, that was the number actually quoted about some time ago, right? Like 6 months?
Yeah,
Like
that was actually like a bit dated.
A bit.
6 months.
Is that like 40 million now? How big is it right now?
It's not yet 40 million, but we are getting there. We don't have the official numbers yet, but internally we have it. However, I cannot share, but we are getting there. More and more people are adopting and using our platform.
Amazing, you know. And then you folks seeing customers like, and I'd like to warmly welcome Adele as well to the floor. Adele, if you don't.
Adil.
And Mr. Adele is with Microsoft. Adele, kindly say hi to the.
Yeah, hello everyone. Glad to be here. Yeah.
And he's you know, a very good sponsor for us. Deeply thankful for, you know, and he's with Adele Customer Success. If
I'm with these two. That is a focused, specialized team for Power Platform and Dynamics 365.
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
Got it. You know. So for the two of you, since you folks see so many customers, right? And since Amanda mentioned the whole, how do you say, to me, it is like a collaboration, you know, a handshake, a hug, if you will, between the developers and then the citizen, you know. There is a lot of talk in the developer community, especially. They get a little sensitive, maybe is the right word, about, hey, look, you know, you're open, and especially people who are partners, right? They get a little sensitive saying, hey, you're saying citizen developers are going to do this. Are you going to eat my lunch?
Yeah.
Right. So what do you guys see as the best way to collaborate with, you know, developers and then do a group hub?
Yeah. So let me take through my experience. So a couple of years back, when Power Platform became, you know, a known name in the industry, in the community, initially, yes, the pro developers and partners were not onboarded. I would be very honest about it, that they were not onboarded with the idea of citizen developer, and they saw it exactly what, like you mentioned, that it was like, hey, am I going to lose my mandate work? Am I going to lose my, you know, profitability and all that? But now we are getting to a stage where everybody has seen how Power Platform can actually help you in accelerating deliveries. Right. So now partners are not investing 8 months, 12 months in projects, rather than doing a valuable work in 3 months and then moving to a next greater things in with the same customer, with the same opportunities. And it is actually opening more doors for them. So slowly we have seen that there is this culture of reutilization, reusage, incorporating into industry, into organizations, where even organizations who were not aligned or were not comfortable with citizen developer ideas have now realized that, hey, I don't have to really, it's not that I'm going to open up my, you know, complete IT ecosystem for citizens and any business user can do anything. It's not that any. It is in a controlled, safe environment, right?
Beautiful.
So they have understood that hey, it's in controlled, safe environment. And then now engaging more and more pro developers to build reusable components.
Beautiful.
So that your business users can now leverage on those reusable components, slice and dice, alter the way they want to do, because business is evolving. Business will continue to evolve, right?
Yeah.
So now they are not dependent on that IT team to go back and, you know, constantly move with them with the same pace as their business and as their end customer or end user is moving.
Yeah.
Rather than really trusting IT that, hey, the whole difficult black box sort of things, my pro developers will manage it beautifully. They would manage it properly. Yeah. However, as a business user, I will leverage on their build services and do my business much faster and with the pace of the customer. So that's the motion that we see in the industry now. Most of the customers are moving towards there, where the empowerment of citizen developers continues. But it is now not as a parallel stream to, or, you know, a siloed stream, rather than in a collaboration with the pro developers.
Excellent.
And pro developers are seeing citizen development or Power Platform as their way of really testing it out fast, failing fast, recovering fast.
Excellent.
Because this is where you struggle in pro developer environment.
Yep.
If I do something wrong, my recovery time is longer.
Right.
But Power Platform is shortening that recovery time
Yeah.
and making sure that when you fail, you
Yeah.
recover fast.
Excellent.
So that's what we're seeing in the industry happening right now.
Lovely, you know. So,
If you want to add anything.
Yeah, thank you so much, Adil. So recently we just finished our Powerful Devs conference.
Yeah.
So in the Powerful Devs conference, we spoke of how pro code and again low code can actually work together. And just to echo what Adil mentioned, right, in terms of agility
Yeah.
and really removing the application backlog.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, Sanjay, we are seeing a pickup of champions within the pro code space. So because now they can really focus on more strategic builds, they can focus on like the more complex builds
Absolutely.
because they are empowering the citizens to build what would help the citizen developers. So
Excellent, you know. So as we summarize what Adele and Amanda said, is basically the development time is getting much, much shorter, was the first one. For pro code folks, the components that they actually build will be absolutely be helpful to people like me to, as end users, to just consume and build their own things. And then as Amanda was saying, basically as in your, you know, the pro developer, pro code conference. And it's like that community of developers is now getting excited,
right.
saying that, hey, look, we can actually scale to the enterprise and handle enterprise level complexity, which is very different from local complexity. So if you're planning in today's session, one of the gentlemen is going to actually talk about launching Power Platform across 10 different tenants and 100,000 users. Now that is not simple, right? Let's be honest, right? Just getting Power Platform landed in one organization and getting the adoption going is not easy in just one organization.
Right.
So now you have 10 tenants. How do you actually do that? So to your point, they're excited.
Mhm.
Right? And when they get excited, I mean, things really begin to like kind of move
Yeah.
because they can create components into other places like, you know, Dynamics to
Exactly.
Teams and so on and so forth. So thank you. I think any other thoughts from anyone? Any other questions before we hand it off? Anything? Not from you? Golak's all set. Is the link working, sir, now?
Because I need to redirect the people.
Redirect. I do have one question which had come up about 6 months ago. You know, in Twitter, the feed is constant. And one of the gentlemen actually basically said, now I'm going to be a back office developer from a front, like what do you call front end developer? And you just have to smile, you know, when things like that. What are your thoughts on that? Is that really true that like hardcore developers now are going to be like, I'm going to sit in my dungeon and I'm going to actually do my coding? Is that true?
Not really, actually. I mean, again, this was something, it was a barrier of shift that
Yeah.
was earlier there, but more and more people who are now getting exposed to Power Platform,
Yeah.
and they are getting over that barrier.
Exactly.
You know, that
Right.
it's you're not shifting. In fact, now if I, move into a developer persona,
Yeah.
for me now, it is much easier to sit with the customer or end user and say, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
you always thought that I have a bad design ideas.
Yeah.
Show me how it can be done. And solve that then and there rather than, I go back, work 8 hours, come back, and then customer or end user says, look, I don't agree with that. You
Exactly.
missed out 4 key elements that I never explained as a business user because I thought somebody would understand it automatically because that's how the business runs.
Isn't that brilliant, folk? That is exactly the point, right? Is both of them are meeting,
Correct.
which would never have happened before. And then the ideas exchange happen and both of us.
Not just meeting, they're
Yeah.
now sharing a unified platform.
Right.
Where both of them can feel comfortable. As a developer, I would feel
Yeah.
that, hey, I'm still in a developer studio.
Yeah,
And as a business user, I would see, hey, I'm in something like PowerPoint.
exactly.
So both are comfortable with the environment, both
Yeah.
are comfortable with the tool that they are working.
Yeah.
And that's where the collaboration is
Lovely,
going.
lovely. My request is, I think we should echo that in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
That, hey, look, at the end of the day, it's not about me as an end user or you as a developer. It's what we can do together
Yeah.
to serve a need.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
is something that comes out really strongly in the story. So Thank you so much, Amanda and Adil. Extremely kind of you to make time for us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So what we're gonna do is we are, yes, 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 yes. Clap, 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 clap. Right? We are gonna invite magicians on stage. I cannot put it any other way. We have two magicians. Will the magicians kindly come up here, please? Yay.